Japan, one of the oldest countries in the world, is renowned for its rich cultural heritage and ancient traditions that may sometimes seem exotic to Westerners. One of the most enchanting features of Japanese culture is the diversity of its festivals. Among them, the Chocolate Festival and the Friendship Festival stand out. There are also festivals that celebrate more peculiar themes, such as fertility, where large symbols of genitalia are carried through the streets of cities in vibrant displays of tradition and community spirit. These festivals not only provide entertainment but also allow visitors, especially foreigners, to deeply immerse themselves in local cultural practices through the purchase of souvenirs and active participation in the festivities. Each festival in Japan serves as a gateway to better understanding how the ancient and modern coexist harmoniously. Today, to us, all this might seem very bizarre and even funny, but if we consider that such festivals emerged in times when people had different perceptions of morality and modesty, everything becomes less bizarre and easier to understand. The practice of carrying and even dressing as male genitalia, for example, dates back to ancient fertility and agricultural prosperity rituals. At the Kanamara Matsuri festival, for instance, the procession of the phallic makashi is one of the highlights, attracting crowds from all over the world. Participants, often dressed extravagantly, celebrate fertility, sexual health, and diversity, emphasizing acceptance and inclusion in a society that values both its traditions and its ability to adapt to new times. It is crucial to understand that, although to visitors the celebrations may initially seem merely eccentric or fun, they carry deep and historical meanings that are essential to the Japanese cultural identity. These festivals provide a rich view of Japan's social and spiritual fabric, where the sacred and the profane, the ancient and the modern, meet and intertwine in ways that challenge many of our own Western norms and make us perceive all this as something even immoral and disrespectful, while for them, the perception is entirely different. Although festivals like the Kanamara Matsuri openly celebrate themes of fertility and sexuality, Japan paradoxically faces one of the lowest birth rates in the world. The nation is in the midst of a significant demographic crisis, with many young Japanese choosing not to have children or even abstain from romantic and sexual relationships. This phenomenon, known as Sekusu Shurnai Shokugun, or celibacy syndrome, reflects a complex shift in social attitudes toward marriage, sex, and family. The reasons for this trend are multifaceted and include economic, social, and psychological factors. Many young people in Japan face intense economic pressures, such as job instability and high living costs, which discourage them from forming families. Furthermore, changes in social norms and the growing independence of women in the workforce have led many to not want to start families, as women were previously completely dependent on men, but today's reality is different. Additionally, factors like the Japanese lifestyle based on electronic games and internet interaction have triggered issues like social anxiety among the young, making it difficult for them to interact with each other, which also hinders socialization and the creation of new relationships. However, the celebration of fertility at festivals can be seen as a cultural attempt to reaffirm the importance of procreation and sexual vitality, which are essential for the survival of society. These events, therefore, are not just festivities. They serve as festive and public reminders of the need for demographic renewal. Through these celebrations, society can openly and even humorously address topics that are often considered taboo or problematic in everyday conversations. Leave your opinion in the comments. What do you think about this type of festival? Would you participate?